What's going on, YouTube world? It's your girl Kimberly. Yes, I'm outside and I'm in my garden. You guys know how I love my onions, right? Well, I am very proud to show you guys this. This is my first onion harvest of the season. I did not pick all of them, but I just wanted to pick out a few and show you guys. Look at this. Wonderful, beautiful onions, yellow onions. They look great. I picked them a few days ago and I've let them sit in my windowsill in the house where I get a lot of sun and let them dry out because it's been raining outside and it just wouldn't have done any good to have them sitting outside to dry. I'm going to let them sit outside today for a few hours before it rains again. But I just wanted to show you guys this. This is my onion harvest for this season. Really decent sized onions. And honestly, this is perfect because last season, trauma. So this is almost like shocking and amazing that the onions are actually even at any size this season. This is another brand of onions that I purchased yesterday actually, that I'm going to plant within the next 2 or 3 days. This is 100 bulb onions, as you can see there. I'm going to plant those. I want to show you guys something here. Now, you know I'm all about my various containers. I'm always talking about if it holds dirt, you can plant in it. And as you can see, all of my varied type of containers. And no, I don't care if they're not pretty. I care about my harvest. So you can see from an old smoky barbecue grill, different size small containers to the top of the smoky grill. And my new adventure, which I've also planted my sweet potatoes in before. I went to a local store and hardware store, and they had this huge box which is about 3 by 2 cubic feet, and I thought, you know what, this will be perfect to plant onions in. So I put some newspaper under the box, as you can see there, and this cardboard liner actually was in the box to kind of hold the box together, as you will find in most boxes. And I just put a bunch of holes in it to kind of help stabilize it. And there's a newspaper under it, not too much of a thick layer, just enough so the soil doesn't fall through. I put a bunch of holes in there to make sure, because onions, again, love a lot of drainage. They do not like a lot of water. So make sure that whenever you're planting your onions, you put them in an area where there's no flooding, and then in a container that's going to have a lot of drainage to it. So that's why I'm planting my onions in again, because I love onions, and so I want to plant a few hundred more. So we're going to step over here now. You guys get to see a little bit of how my garden is doing as we walk over here to where I'm mixing my soil. This time I'm also doing something a little bit different. I'm going to add sand to my soil mixture. I'm all about organic. I like no chemicals in my soil, nor as I'm spraying for bugs and things like that. I use like dishwashing soap, baby shampoo, jalapeno pepper oil. I mean, I use all kinds of organic things because I do not want chemicals on my produce that comes out of my garden. I just don't. That's my personal preference. I just don't like it. So I'm just going to show you guys right here. This season, with this new set of onion bulbs that I'm going to plant in that box I just showed you guys, I thought I would do something a little bit different. That is some sand on that side here. Some good clay sand, nice, perfectly, just brought this the other day. Some great garden soil, Miracle Grow garden soil, really good stuff. And then some chicken manure, really good stuff. Love it. No chemicals at all organic. So we're going to mix this up and we're going to put this in that box. I'm going to water it today. I'm not going to put the onion bulbs in there. I'm going to water it today, let it sit for a few days. Then I'm going to water it again, and then I'm going to put my onion bulbs in there because I want to make sure that I have the perfect ratio of sand to soil. And if you mix your sand and your soil and you water it and you let it sit for a day or 2 days, you will be able to determine if you have too much sand or not enough sand in there, because if you have too much, clearly the texture of the soil will be different, and if you have not enough. That will also make the texture of the soil different, because you want to make sure that the soil is loose for planting your onions. So I will get back to you guys in a few days and show you the stages of that soil and how my mixture turns out. So again, happy gardening, happy onion. Red, yellow, whatever color onion you love. I love onions. I'm not partial to any particular type. So just remember, gardening should be fun. You should not be stressed out when you're gardening. And it should always be a learning experience. No garden is a flawless garden. Trust me. I have had my okra, which you guys know I planted okra, and I've had, maybe 2 or 3 losses out of the 54 stalks, but it's okay, because that's how you learn to garden, and it should be, again, fun and exciting. But today it's all about the onions. So again, when you plant your onions, you guys remember, very, very important steps. Make sure you have very loose soil. Onions love grainy soil, which is what this mixture is, the sand, the soil, and of course some chicken manure that's mixed in here. And they love drainage. Never plant your onions in a flooding area, a lower part of your garden that may flood, or plant them in a container. Make sure that there's enough holes in the box or holes in the whatever you plant in, the container, the plastic container, or anything that you can put holes in. Make sure you have enough in there, because onions do not like a lot of moisture. All right, so again, I will get back to you guys and show you the next few days how my soil sand mixture looks after I let it set for a few days, and we'll go from there, and then we'll get on to the planting of the new bulbs for my onions. All right, love you guys. Happy gardening, and make sure you subscribe.